Howdy folks, welcome back to Railroads Online. It's been a while. This series was hugely popular. I think it's probably the most popular series I've ever done on my channel. And it took my tiny little microscopic YouTube channel to a slightly bigger tiny little microscopic YouTube channel. But yeah, we're back. There's been a bunch of beta updates coming out lately with the spline beta. And it was pretty rough at first. Stuff was derailing, just all kinds of problems. But today's update, as I record this, actually works pretty well. So I'm going to try to get started. And I don't know how long this series will go, but we're going to try to at least get to an industry or two and just check out the new track, which is way easier. So we got Betsy here. We're starting all over. Just going to let Betsy sit there. We don't need any steam yet. And of course, we got our first little log car. So on this particular update, it's all the new spline track. You can't even lay down the old track. So, oops, that's what we got going on. Close that. So first thing we need to do, of course, get rid of some trees. And then I'm going to show you just how easy this new track is. Because this yard isn't laid for you anymore. It's just the 3 tracks. These cut down, and I don't think this... Yeah, it doesn't cost you any money. Way back when I used to play this, I think it actually cost you money to cut down trees. So we'll just get all this cleared out. Let's get rid of you. You're a little bit close to the track. The new track, like I said, is just a million times easier. So I'll show you how that works. It's running really well right now. I've heard reports once you get a lot of track in, it can get kind of laggy, but hopefully that's getting fixed or is already fixed. But right now, Fresh New World, it's running great. So the track laying is totally different. These, from what I understand, is like how high the roadbed is if you raise the track. I've just been using the 3-foot rail one. So you can see here we've got a new construction menu. Everything can be aligned on a grid, which is super duper helpful. And then we have circle mode and not circle mode. So not circle mode, if that's disabled, we'll basically try to connect from one to somewhere else and make it smooth. We're going to use circle mode, which is kind of non-intuitive, but we're making an infinite circle basically. So an infinite circle, a circle with infinite radius is a straight line for our purposes. So I'm going to come out to about here. I want to make sure I'm off to the side. Sometimes you can get stuck in the roadbed, so trying to stay off to one side. See just how easy that is to make a straight track. We'll try here. I want to see if this is about where it needs to be. And we want a switch left with a stand on the left-hand side. Now turnouts are super easy too. You can pick here, you can see it says rotate construction and select link point. So I'm going to select that link point. I want that. That's what I want to link up to this track here. Doink. And then it's perfectly laid down and it's all good to go. So now that we have that placed, we're going to actually get rid of this track. And we're going to delete it a little too much there. Leave circle mode on so we get a nice straight piece of track. I'm going to come down to about there maybe, and we'll see if that's about where we want to be. So now we want to switch to the right with it on this side. And in this case, I want to select to the single end. So we just bring that up with 2 and 8 there, and then slap that on. And we're a little too far down the track, so there's a little bit of trial and error involved here. So I think I was doing some testing. I think I remember now. I did this at 5 meters. That was about right. But I may be a little off. because this isn't the exact same spot from before. Yeah, there we go. That's close enough. So now we've got straight track, and you would think we're making straight track. It's going to line right up with that. It should link, right? Nope. You got to come out of circle mode, and then it will link up. And it just makes a nice straight line, and you're good to go. So over here, it's kind of starting to turn, but we can probably get a little bit of a straight line. So go back to circle mode. And we're going to come out to about here, and then I want it to start curving towards the other line. So I'm going to take off circle mode. Now you can see it's a little, like it tries to find a spot to rest, so sometimes it won't go there. You can see wherever I put this, it tries to make a nice smooth flow. So what we want to do is just run down here. Boom. Attach it to that, it does it all for you. It's all nice and smooth and straight. We need some sound effects for this track laying. That'd be pretty awesome. All right, so we're going to be straight. We'll get back to circle mode. And I'm just kind of eyeballing of where the straight's going to end. So let's do it like here. And then come back off of circle mode. And you can actually rotate this to set what angle if you're not hooking up to something. Since I'm hooking up to something, we're just going to come down here and get that little link symbol, make sure it looks like what you want. And there we go. We got the yard all laid out. So let's get some more rail. Back to circle mode for nice and straight. And I'm going to come down to about here, and then we're going to start turning off I haven't really experimented to see how tight stuff can be, but 50 meters doesn't look too unreasonable. So let's lay that. And then I know from looking at the map, I want to be going roughly that direction. Something like that. Get some more trees out of the way. So we still don't have like any planning or surveying tools, unfortunately. What I'm going to try to do now is get a track hooked up to next to the depot here, because eventually we'll make it over to the logging camp and we'll have logs to bring back. Well, again, with the new tools, that is super easy. So I can align on 90 degrees. I'm going to be facing away from myself, so actually be 270 degrees. Then I'm going to line up the edge of the roadbed about there. And we'll set this back to basically infinite radius. If you go out to there, 0. And we get a nice straight track here next to the depot. Beautiful. And I've went and got myself stuck in the roadbed. Don't do that. Make sure you're not standing where it spawns the roadbed, because sometimes it will get you stuck in there. Let's come out to about there. I kind of like to make a loop out here somewhere. But I'm not sure what we're going to do exactly there yet. Nope, that's not what I want. So for now, we're just going to put some straight rail here. And I'll show a cool little thing I did with the groundwork. I thought looked pretty neat. And again, I am standing right in the roadbed. Don't do that. Sometimes it pops you up. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Just Railroads Online things. You know how it goes. So what I did is I grabbed an embankment 1 and I rotated that 90 degrees from what I was doing. I basically placed it there. I did that, so it's just kind of a pile of dirt at the end of the tracks. I don't know if that will actually stop a car. Probably won't, but it looks kind of cool. So now we need to get this track joined up to our main line. And I definitely want to loop there at some point, but we're not going to do that right this second. So, oops, wrong button. Yeah, we kind of want to be going that direction. So back to our rail. And we want to go straight that direction. That's towards the logging camp and the sawmill area. And then again, I'm just kind of eyeball. Where do I want my switch? Well, I need to come a little further down. Let's go another, say, 10 meters-ish. Some of those trees knocked out of the way. And then we want another switch here. So we want a right-hand switch with a stand on the left. And then I don't want to join it up that way. I want to cycle through the join points. And I want it joined like that. And we hook up to there, and then we use our non-circle mode. And I'm going to see what it looks like just using the default. That looks fine to me. There we go. Nice smooth join. See how easy that is? This is way better than the old track laying. We just need a faster run mode. It's a little slow. Bopping around. Alright, circle mode back on. Now it kind of bothers me that the flowers are up through the track. So maybe we should experiment. One thing I haven't done is change grade yet. So if I do that, and then it says edit gradient is 2 and 8. Okay. So that makes like a 2% grade up. Yeah, okay. The 2% up, or is it just 2% at the end? Looks like it keeps climbing. Okay, interesting. I think I'll just keep it level for now, though. We'll just live with it being up through the track. All right, 0%. And actually, I might want to do some more tracks in here. So I don't necessarily want just one giant spline here. So when you delete it, it does delete the whole spline. So I want some room to hook things in here later. Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta kind of play around with the angle a little bit. So you get that link. Now we can start making some longer splines. Jog, jog, jog. On track. Oh, there I had it. So we're doing 30 to 40 meters at a time here, maybe 50. Feeling frisky. And we're barely past anywhere. We got a lot of track to lay. Let me get this cleared out. We might actually get Betsy fired up and just make sure When I was doing some testing earlier, it seemed to be okay. But some of the previous beta patches, the cars wanted to jump off the track real bad, do all kinds of weird stuff. Well, let's take Betsy on a little test run. And we'll see how this episode goes. Let me know in the comments, do you want to see all the track laying? I know people have varying opinions on that. Saw that in the last series, when I would do a lot of track laying between episodes. Some people were disappointed. Give me some feedback, what all do you want to see? If you have any specific questions about stuff I'm doing, or, tips and tricks as well. I probably haven't played this as much as some of you have. I've played about 200 hours, I think, total. So I am far from an expert. There we go. And you're thrown. I'm going to run all the way over there. It's tempting to just respawn over there. I don't want to mess something up. Speaking of mess something up, let's save. There's still no autosave. I know there's third-party add-ons that lets you do some stuff like that. Still has the same old bug where you lose your cursor. Just hit G twice to get it back. No biggie. Lots of running. Yeah, I was going to talk, but let me get Betsy fired up here. No, that's not what I wanted. Come here. The door is really weird. Okay, we got that fired up. Let's go ahead and get a couple in there. So I think what I want to do is make a loop back in here. But I also want some engine servicing. So I might put a turnout here and have the track go up that way, join into that lead, and have some engine servicing stuff there. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. Of course, we need like some runaround tracks, just kind of general utility type stuff back here at the depot. The other thought I had was coming in here, have the engine servicing stuff here, just separate from the yard. I don't know that we'll really use this yard that much, other than this is where stuff spawns when you buy it. We shall see. How are we doing on pressure there, Betsy? Starting to get there? How you doing on water? It's been a long time since I played this. Can I stand up here, sort of? Can I get on the roof? No. Not sure how you're supposed to check the water. Oh, here we go. Just stand in the boiler. Perfect. Bell works. We have exactly no pressure, though. Sounding good and hot, though, so we're getting there. We got on the handbrake here. Let's get that to like 5%. Just enough that if it tries to run away from us, it should stop on its own. That's still super sensitive, it seems like. Yeah. No improvements there yet. Oh, we're starting to get pressure, folks. Starting to get some pressure. Can probably move. Woo! Yeah, I'm excited this is working again, because I really like the spline track, but it's just been kind of almost unusable. But knock on wood here. It's going to be okay to use. It worked okay in my test. I'll go ahead and hop in this view so we can get a nice view of what's going on. And I think since I played my series, there's been some changes to how the engines work. We'll see. Okay. Hey, we didn't derail, so that's cool. Brake works good. All right. She's still loud. See if it wants to derail or not. A little bit of kicking around, but not terrible. It hasn't jumped off the rails yet. How much brake do we have? Okay, we got enough brake. We're good. Now, one thing I've noticed is the re-rail function tends to delete your cars, so be super careful with that. Just come to a break here. So if I hop off, uncouple you. Your brake handle. Alright, and then before I do anything, let me just hit save. Because I've had a lot of trouble with cars disappearing, but I've heard it might be related to being back there in the start area. So let's just try it. Re-rail. We click on that. It says flat car. And then... nothing happens. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Popped, finally. Oh, so it doesn't show the ghost image anymore. Interesting. Alright, so exit out of re-rail mode. So that flipped it around. So it doesn't show like the ghost image here anymore. It just plops it on the rail sometimes. And it says, okay, it says backward, forward. Then how do I get it on the... how do I get it on the rail? I thought clicking was putting on the rail, but maybe no. It just, if it finds a spot, then it does it. So that says forward. That says backwards now. There we go. Okay, now it's back the way it was, and then right to exit. One thing I noticed is sometimes I would pick re-rail, pick the car. Then I'd be trying to get it to get on the track and it would disappear. But I think that's because it was back in the starter area. So I guess if you derail in the starter area, you're just boned. I'm not sure like what makes it appear or not appear. Anywho, let's get coupled back up. And I think that'll be it for our first episode. Just getting started here. Let me know what you think. Have you been playing the whole time? How's your railroad doing? I've been wanting to start over from scratch. I think that'll be fun. No! I'm like 1%. Uh-oh. Nope, stop. That's enough to stop it. Alright, cool. We have got a full head of steam up, unfortunately. Kind of wish we didn't, because we're just going to waste it now. We need to build more track. Get you back on 5 before I forget. And yeah, I've got some more track lane to do, but I'll probably just... We'll see. I might wait and see till I get some comments on the video. We shall see. But we're going to build out at least to the logging camp and the sawmill. And just enjoy the new track laying and see if we can make some better track. My track wasn't very good with the old tools. We'll see if I can do a little better with the new tools. Thanks as always for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and take care.